as we check on our breaking news right now, courtesy of this tweet from Jeff Passan of ESPN. Left-hander Max Fried, the New York Yankees, are in agreement on an 8-year, $218 million contract pending a physical. Sources telling ESPN it is the largest guarantee in baseball history for a left-handed pitcher. Another tweet here from Bob Nightingale of USA Today. The Max Fried 8-year, $218 million contract is the largest for a left-handed pitcher and fourth by any pitcher in history. No deferrals, no opt-outs. So the Yankees get their man in Max Fried. Clearly, once Juan Soto moved on to the New York Mets case, the Yankees knew they've got some financial flexibility now. We can make some moves. You add Fried to this rotation. To me, it feels like a big pickup.
It's a great pickup. There's no doubt. Isn't it weird, too, to look at those numbers, 8 for 218, and think, oh, that's not bad?
Yeah.
Then you see it. No, it's the biggest ever left-handed pitcher after seeing those numbers. But, you knew that the Yankees had a plan B. As soon as Soto went to the Mets, they were going to get ready to go where they needed to go. At the end of the day, you win in the big leagues on the bump in the starting rotation. Max Fried's a great guy that they went out and get, probably one of the best on the market. So it's a great play right now for the Yankees.
Yeah, there are buyers, and then there are motivated buyers. The Yankees lose out on Juan Soto, then they find themselves in a bidding war for Max Fried against division rivals Toronto and Boston. And there's nothing like that to drive up a market when you have a motivated buyer like that. Max Fried, he's kept tremendous value because he's been durable. I know he had the forearm issue a couple of years ago, missed half of a season. But when you look at this contract here, the Yankees really do like to spread out the years to get that average annual value down. So average annual value, that's Tyler Glasnow money. It's close to Carlos Rodon money.
Yeah.
So, yes, the total package is big, but that 8th year keeps the Yankees' AAV number down as far as luxury tax purposes. Listen, I like Max Fried a lot. He is a super competitive guy. He's not so much a strikeout guy as much as he is a master at weak contact. Every single year, he has hitters not squaring the ball up, ground ball machine. If I'm the Yankees, especially after signing Fried, this was true before this, I need to make sure I get a really good defender at third base now.
Yeah.
Left-handed ground ball pitcher, that left side of your infield is so important. We love Volpe at shortstop defensively. The Yankees really need to look at upgrading third base. I'm expecting Jazz Chisholm to move over to second base.
To that point, Tom, they're fourth in infield outs above average. Fried was third in terms of being a ground ball pitcher. So you look at that rotation now, Case. You go Cole, Rodon, Fried, Heel, Schmidt, a little Stroman, a little Cortez, maybe Arenado at third base. You've heard that rumor a little bit. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's a lot deeper now, too. I mean, listen, if we learned anything from the Dodgers last year, too, it takes sometimes more than 5 guys in that rotation. You could have, a legit 6 or 7 man rotation, and who knows what will happen if maybe Nestor or Stroman gets moved for a bat here or there. But, when you look at that rotation, now you're talking about some big guns. You got a lot of power from Cole, a lot of power from Heel. Rodon, is a great lefty, too. And then Max Fried, like Tom said, too, this guy gets a lot of ground balls. He's battle-tested in the postseason, about 60 innings pitched in the postseason with the Braves. So it's a great pickup for the Yankees.
What do you think potentially, Tom? You mentioned the fact that the defense now third. What about a guy like Arenado? You can get him in a trade. He'll be motivated, as you said, to prove the doubters wrong, that he's not in the decline in his career.
Yeah, that's a really good fit. I would expect the Yankees or any team to try to get the Cardinals to pay down the contract a little bit more. That's a depressed asset right now, but a good guy to take a buy low flyer on. Not so much a flyer because he's an all-star player.
Yeah.
But I like that fit. I think the Yankees really do want a true center fielder, whether Grisham takes that job or not. We already know Brian Cashman talked about having Aaron Judge go back to right field. I love that move. And then there's still first base that you need to address. But I can tell you this is going to happen fast and furiously with the New York Yankees. This is just the beginning of them going to plan B.
Yeah.
And as far as I always think about when guys go to New York, and you know this case, you wonder about big market, Yankee Stadium, the bright lights, the expectations, the accountability. I don't worry about Max Fried. Yeah. Did you see him pitch in Game 6 of the World Series a couple of years ago against the Astros? There was a play at first base where he got stepped on, and we thought he was coming out of the game. Right? This was so bad, kind of gruesome. You're like, oh, man, that looked really bad. How is he going to stay in the game? Not only does he stay in the game, the dude pitched a gem to clinch the pennant or the World Series for the Atlanta Braves. He's a tough-minded guy. He's kind of a quiet guy, but he is fiercely competitive.
Yeah.
This guy grew up as Sandy Koufax was his idol. Sandy Koufax was his dad's favorite pitcher. Grew up with a picture of Sandy on the wall, developed that, I can't say the same curveballs,
12 and 6.
but in the spirit of Sandy, and that's his best pitch.
So Fried's a special talent, and like Tom said, Casey, the Yankees are not done. I think a guy that's intriguing is Cody Bellinger.
Yes.
Because you say, all right, He's clearly had success in the past. MVP, Rookie of the Year. This past season did not have a strong year, but you put him at Yankee Stadium, that short porch, defensive versatility, makes a lot of sense to get Bellinger.
You know what? He plays well in that stadium. He really does. And like Tom was saying, two places that they could, if they move Judge to right field, I'm sure Judge is still going to get some time in center. But if you had to move him to right, you got Bellinger that could play center. He could also play some first base. He's Gold Glove there. His bat plays well. The metrics play well in Yankee Stadium. So that's a name. I was thinking the same thing. Bellinger's a guy I'm sure that Brian Cashman and the Yankees right now are targeting.
Yeah, all the names you're talking about now with the Yankees are big-time names. Arenado, Bregman, Bellinger, Christian Walker. This is what I'm talking about, the Yankees going to Plan B.
Yeah.
It's going to come quickly, too.
See what happens regards this Yankees team, but like you guys said, Soto's out, no problem. We'll get Fried and who knows who else.